Let's get this party started. First and foremost, Happy New Year's, everyone. Hope you had a great time. You're safe. You enjoyed your time with your family, friends. And here's to a great 2026 for you and everyone else. Let's all kick ass and let's do this. This is just going to be a quick video of my favorite gun in Battlefield 6. I'm getting to really use this a lot more, and this is my setup. I'm using the KV9, better known as the Vector. I don't even know why they changed the name, to be honest. I think KV9 that's just got a kick to it. So I love that name. But whatever. There's probably a meaning to it, but I don't know. So yeah, I use this gun for multiple reasons. Number one, I'm not the quickest draw. I know that it could be my internet. It could be many factors. I don't know, but I'm not going to sit here and break all that down. I just know for me and my style of play, I love the rate of fire, and the more that I'm using this gun, the more control I'm having. And for close to mid-range battles, this is tops for me. The reason why I think that this gun is fitting more and more into my style is because I find myself occasionally, I love to be in the IFV and the AA. As you guys know on the podcast, I've said that many times. It's the joke with my fam on there. But for me, in the tight situations that I put myself in a lot of the times, especially when I'm trying to flip a game and I'm doing really good in the IFV, I will, if I see that the IFV is about to get blown up and I have no shot and there's a bunch of guys around me, RPGs and stuff like that, I then hop out. I'm trying not to get killed as much. Typically, I'm the one I just die with it. And I do that because I want to make sure that I prevent anyone from, especially on the other team, from being able to take that and then take it back to their base, and now we're screwed because that's only going to hurt our team. So in the event that I know that there's absolutely no way that they're going to be able to take the IFV, and now I'm going to be put into a situation where I'm going to be in either close quarter battles or even mid battles, this gun for me is it. And what really did it for me was last night in Operation Firestorm. I was in a situation similar to that where I had the IFV. Finally, they took me out of it after going on a long kill streak, and I was able to kill 4 people from mid to close range. The first 3 were at mid range, which was great, and I had full control on this gun, which totally surprised me. I was so hyped, and I was like, okay, I'm really now getting the recoil and stuff like that. So for my setup, what I like to do, and again, this setup works with my play style. Everybody plays differently. You guys all do different things, so you guys may like a different setup than I do. But we'll start in the beginning. I love to use the double port brake. Okay, it does reduce recoil, but I am spotted. So, but I'm okay with that because typically, one thing that I've noticed, and let's not cat. I mean, let's just be real here. Most of our battles, they don't last. And you're not going to go on these long ass kill streaks where you're going to be completely, invincible all the time, and you're going to be able to just destroy, like, team after team, wave after wave. That's just not going to happen. Like, you may have a couple occasions where that happens, but It doesn't happen all the time. So let's be real. But for me, I like using this. Then I go with the extended barrel. Okay. And I also noticed that when I switch to the extended, the velocity of each round increases. When you throw on top that the rate of fire is 1080, I mean, this gun is God tier. It's practically on God tier if you know how to use the different mechanics of the gun, recoil, sway, etc. It once you learn to control that, this is one of the top guns in the game, hands down. Now, long range battles, just give it up. I mean, you might as well just bend over and grab your ankles at that point because you're not going to win. But close to mid, you should, with a proper setup that works within your playstyle, this gun is it. So that's that. Now, I was able to finally unlock the more rounds, so I'm only sticking with 23, only because I'm not going to go with the higher 27 because it penalizes your gun too much from being able to add other things to it. I love using this vertical grip. Again, for my play style, this works just perfect. I love using it. It fits me well, so I go with this as well. And then I just use a standard barrel. Now, I did learn, and my scope, I just use a 1. This is the one that I use, 1.0. I don't need anything else. I don't need nothing special. I've tried some of these other ones. It doesn't do it for me. This scope right here, because of how big this window is, it fits just perfect because I don't always ADS. I hip fire a lot. So whenever I go back and forth between the two, depending on, the situation, typically hip fire battles are going to be when, you and someone else are both hitting a corner. That's when I would typically use hip fire. And because of the rate of fire on this gun, I win most battles. And I know that my rank with this gun is still low. Again, I am more of a infantry and AA kind of guy. So I'm like still trying to catch up, but I do feel that I'm now starting to come into my own with this gun, and I'm starting to become a more effective ground troop as well. Because I mean, there are times that I need to do that as well. I can't always just expect to be safe in IFV or an MBT and think that that's my job. Even though I'm good at those, and my rank and kill my KD proves that, I still want to grow and learn and how to use these different guns. But for right now, the most fun that I'm having is with this gun right here. So for my sight and for how I battle, this has been the best one for me. Now, you guys may use some other ones that fits your style and you like it better for whatever reason. More power to you. A salute. I'm happy for you. But this is it for me. I also learned yesterday, and I don't use any lasers, but last night I saw a video. If you guys use the red laser, you will not be so we all know when we use the green laser or the blue laser, you just see that stream. If you use the red laser, the other team, they won't see that. I should, you know what I should do? I should post that video where I saw that. That way you guys can see. You will not see that. But if you use the green or the blue, they will see that, which means that you're going to have to play more of a more stealthy way to make sure that they don't see that laser when you guys are battling. Now, look, like, I'm no scientist over here. I know that a lot of you guys already figured this out. I'm just letting you know that I'm learning and I'm growing with this gun and the different attachments and stuff like that. So I just wanted to just touch up on those points. So if you use a red laser, you guys are good. You won't be detected. Doesn't mean that when you fire, you're not going to show up on the map, because we already know you're going to, depending on if you use a suppressor. Now, I don't use the full-blown suppressor because, again, a lot of the battles that I find myself in, they're quick, and I'll get, 3-4 kills and then die. So it's not like I go on these long rampages where that suppressor really comes in and it really plays to my advantage. Things are very quick for me. If anything, I'll even admit this to you guys. When I am out of an IFV, because they took it, it was just about to explode, or I was up against 2 tanks and I knew I wasn't going to make it, I will tell you that in the back of my mind, that timer, that ticking is going off while I'm on the ground. So I'm going to try and inflict as much damage as I can on foot, knowing that my time is limited, because in the back of my mind, I want to get back into that IFV and continue the carnage that I've been creating in, whatever map that I'm playing on. So that's another factor why I love using this gun. And again, it's all about your perspective and your play style. Everyone is different. You're going to see what I'm telling you guys, that this is all, it doesn't fit me, this is not for me, whatever. And that's cool. I respect that. But I'm just letting you know that for me, this setup is perfect. And also, I know that I've been promising on our Respawn Room podcast that I am going to be coming out with content like this. Just bear with me. This is the first time that I'm coming out with something like this. I am on camera. I don't care. I love being in the camera. I'm just trying to find my way on how I'm going to do this. We're going to be putting out a whole bunch of content. We're going to be opening up other accounts. Heatwave Honey, she's like really stepping up, and she's like getting us organized, because that's what women do. We're just like sandbox Tonka truck, filthy kids right now. But she's coming in and she's like, we need to, set up different accounts for TikTok, Instagram. I was thinking the other day, maybe a Facebook, fan page for the podcast as we grow. And we have our own email now, so we're going to start pushing that out. So if you guys have any questions, we're going to read them on the podcast. Our podcast is doing really good. We're pretty happy with the views that we have, and things are progressing. We're coming up with ideas. We're going to be having meetings. We're going to be trying, we're going to get as professional as we can. But at the same time, we're not going to lose focus that we're doing this to have fun. This isn't a second or third job. This is to have fun. This is for us to put content out there. And that's what I'm doing. This is my first step to start putting different content out there, aside from the podcast that we do every single Saturday. It starts live 9 p.m. Eastern. So, please watch, leave a comment. I'm not going to beg for, likes or thumbs up or subs. I mean, that's on you guys. If you guys like what we put out, I'm sure you'll become a fan. If you hate it, you're never going to do either. And I'm okay with that, because I know that our show is not for everyone. I'm just keeping it real with everyone, because that's just how I like to be. But this is my first step on starting to do something different and start to add to our podcast show, because I'm going to be honest, it is my goal, and it is a dream that I have within me. I want this podcast to be so good and become so big one day that it's going to change the lives of Echo, Heatwave Honey, Red, and Biscuit. Like, I really want this to be so big, and that, they, even if they branch out because of, their popularity, and it changes their lives, that's going to make me happy. So this is part of one of the passions that I have for this podcast, and why I'm, now doing this. So I'm going to be exploring other guns as well. I will be doing also some recordings while I'm using this gun that I am going to put out on our podcast feed. I'm just going to name it something different for you guys. I'm also just going to keep these videos real short and sweet because I know that everybody, our attention span nowadays in 2026 is very short. So I just think that if I hit you guys hard, hit you with the facts, get to the point, I come with energy, I come with passion, I think that that's going to draw some people in. And, you know, if you guys become fans because of it, great. We would love for you guys to join our Discord as well, because that's where we do a lot of our talking, aside from, you know, Ty constantly texting me, if wifey only knew. Well, that's out now, so I'm sure she's going to question him. But yeah, just come to our Discord. I'll leave the link there, and just say, hey, I'm a fan of the show, or I'm a fan of you guys, and I kind of like, or I want to see what you guys are going to turn out to be. Whatever, just do it. Like, we would love to have you. Like, we're just real cool, laid back. We have families, we have kids. Some of us have just kids, and that's it. And I think that that's perfect for my situation. Never mind. I'm not even going to get into that. Crap. But yeah, just hit us up. Just let us know what you think. Give us some ideas. We're definitely going to entertain it, and we'll definitely shout you guys out on the show. We want to do that. I know that I'm hungry to, put you guys out there as well. So if you guys come up with a question for the show, we'll read it on the air, and I'll give you all the credit. I'll, put your gamer tag on there or whatever tag you want, and I'll make sure that your name gets out there, and, just thank you for it. So just bear with me. I'm just trying to figure out, the and not anxiety, but these little stupid ass feelings that I have right now. I don't even know if this is good or not or whatever, but I'm passionate about it, and these videos are going to only get better. They're going to get it's going to provide a lot more information for you guys, and I'm going to have a lot of gameplay as well for you guys, so that you can see what it is that I'm actually talking about. I know what the hell I'm doing, and you guys will be able to see it in game. We're also, just so you guys know, I don't want everyone to think that Respawn Podcast is just about Battlefield, because it isn't. Because the other guys, they play other games as well. I don't. I am Battlefield through and through. If I was crazy enough, I would tattoo something Battlefield on my body. But I'm not that crazy enough. But I love the franchise that much that I can make Battlefield 6 my main. That is my go-to. I will put thousands and thousands of hours into this game and never even touch another game. But that's just because I love this. This is me. This is what I want to do. So moving forward, just so you know, we're already in talks on how we're going to be talking about a whole bunch of other things as well, and topics, other games. There's going to be some life situations that a lot of us go through that we're going to talk about. Men's health, we're going to talk about that. I'm a fitness nut, and I want to talk about these things because I actually want to help out you, my kings, especially all my young kings. Like, I want you guys to work your asses off, work hard, lift weights, invest your money. I have to give a big shout out to Fresh and Fit, and I will continue to give them all the credit in the world as hopefully this channel continues to grow, and this becomes a name in the podcast world. I want to give Myron and Fresh a huge shout out because I'm a huge fan. I listen to them every single day at work. I'm on the road, so I listen to their podcast. I sub their YouTube and their Rumble, and a lot of the things that they have spoken about over the years, I've picked up on some things. I've adopted it into my life, and I've seen nothing but improvements because of it. So this is a little something that I want to give back to all of you who want to listen to this and who will enjoy this kind of content, we're going to be giving back. And you know, like I said, we're getting all of our heads together, and we want to make this something for everyone. So we're going to be talking about a whole bunch of games that I can guarantee you this is when I'm going to be quiet on the podcast, because I'm just going to listen to them just jibber jabber about stuff that just doesn't interest me. But because they're my extended family, I have just as much passion listening to them. And you know, I know that they try and get me to play another game, like they tried getting me to play Tarkov, is what I call it, because I just think that game is complete ass. Not gonna lie, it is complete garbage. But they want me to play that, but I'm not going to. And the more that they try and get me to play that game, the more I'm not gonna do it. Like they don't know what makes me tick. So the more that they keep pushing me, the more I'm gonna repel them. And they're going to find out the hard way, because, you know, that's just it. But stay tuned. I hope you guys enjoy this. Put in the comment on it. Even if this video sucked so bad that you wouldn't even, like, make your worst enemy watch this, I want to know that. Now, does it mean I'm going to listen to or read all your comments all the time? No. Because I know that some motherfuckers can be so toxic, it's not even worth my time. And believe me, where I'm at in my life and what I'm establishing and where I'm going, a lot of them haters can't even begin to scratch the surface of where I'm headed. So it's not even worth my time. But if you put constructive criticism and you say, hey, why don't you do this with your videos? You know, hey, that was pretty cool, the way how you did this. Now, look, I'm going to listen to those, and I will, you know, bring them into my videos. But I will say that I just wanted to just branch off a little bit more, and because these were things that I was thinking about this week, the more and more that I was talking to, you know, Heat and, you know, and the guys, like I think about these things. So I wanted to just make this video, just let you guys see my setup, but then also just touch up on some other things that, you know, sometimes I want to say it on the podcast, but because I'm trying to keep things, you know, flowing and entertain and stuff like that, I forget to touch up on these things. So this is like a sub from our main podcast show, and these are just things that you guys are now going to just start to see, you know, pop up on my feed, and things that I'm going to be doing to, you know, draw more attention and stuff like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and yeah, and that's all. And thank you for, you know, giving me the time to watch this and hear all this bullshit that I'm speaking about, because I'm sure you have better things to do. But hey, people like content, so I'm trying. This is my first start at this solo. And just so you guys know, there are going to be some other mini podcast-ish that we're going to do. I have some ideas on what I want to do with those, but everything is all going to be fed to our main podcast channel. It's just going to be named different, and we'll just put like a number 1, number 2, just so that you guys know. And I'll set up subfolders if Rumble even lets me do that. I still got to look into that. But that's all that I wanted to talk to you guys about. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Until next time. Peace.